On a rainy night in Atlanta, the streets shimmered under a blanket of droplets as the storm rumbled overhead. The sky was a deep gray, swirling with clouds that seemed to weep endlessly. Wind whipped through the trees, rustling their leaves and adding to the symphony of raindrops tapping against pavement. Cars splashed through puddles, their headlights cutting through the darkness. But for many, this weather brought more than just inconvenience, it brought hardship. As the rain fell, it created a cold and wet world that was challenging to navigate. People huddled under awnings or rushed to find shelter, while others braved the downpour, clutching umbrellas that seemed almost useless against the relentless storm. The air was thick with humidity, making it feel even heavier for anyone caught in the open. Among those battling the elements was 22-year-old Clara Benton, stranded at a broken-down bus stop with her infant daughter. The sound of rain hitting metal was interrupted by Clara's soft cries, a plea for help that echoed into the night. She felt vulnerable and alone as she struggled to keep her baby warm and dry. Every moment felt like an eternity, as she wished for a miracle to arrive. Inside her soaked coat, the baby shivered slightly, sensing the chill in the air. Clara could only hope that someone might notice them, someone with kindness in their heart. In a city filled with busy lives and rushing footsteps, it was difficult to see past one's own troubles, but tonight would be different. As fate would have it, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was driving home through the stormy streets of Atlanta when he heard the faint but desperate cries. Little did he know that this rainy night would lead him to an unexpected encounter, one that would speak volumes about compassion and humanity in times of need. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was not just a name in history, he was a beacon of hope for many. Born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, Dr. King grew up witnessing the deep injustices and racial segregation that plagued his community. From an early age, he understood the struggles faced by African Americans and developed a strong sense of justice and equality. In the 1950s, Dr. King became a leading figure in the civil rights movement. He believed in fighting for justice through peaceful demonstration rather than violence. His vision was rooted in love and understanding, often quoting Mahatma Gandhi as an inspiration for nonviolent protest. Under his leadership, significant events such as the Montgomery bus boycott and the March on Washington helped to bring attention to the civil rights struggle. Dr. King's commitment to helping others extended beyond political activism. It was a profound part of his character. He worked tirelessly to promote equality in education, voting rights, and fair treatment for all people, regardless of their race. His famous speech, "I Have a Dream," spoke about a future where children would not be judged by the color of their skin but by their character. This dream inspired countless individuals to join the fight against injustice. As he drove through the stormy streets that night, Dr. King carried not only the weight of his own commitments, but also the hopes of those who had been marginalized and oppressed. His heart was open to those in need, reflecting his deep-seated belief that every individual deserved compassion and support. The intersection of his principles and Clara Benton's desperate situation was about to turn into a powerful moment of humanity on that rainy Atlanta night. As Dr. King drove through the pouring rain, his mind was filled with thoughts of the day's events and the ongoing struggle for civil rights. The wipers on his car worked tirelessly to clear his view, but the storm outside matched the sense of urgency he felt in his heart. Suddenly, a faint sound pierced through the rhythm of raindrops hitting the roof, a soft, desperate cry that tugged at his attention. He slowed down, straining to hear over the patter of rain against the pavement. The cries grew louder, more urgent, coming from a broken-down bus stop just ahead. Without hesitation, Dr. King pulled his car to the side of the road, his instincts taking over as he realized someone was in trouble. He quickly swung the door open and stepped into the downpour, the cold water soaking through his shoes almost immediately. As he approached the bus stop, his heart raced. There, huddled under a flimsy awning, was Clara Benton with her infant daughter wrapped tightly in her arms. Clara's face was streaked with tears as she tried to shield her baby from the rain and wind. It was a heartbreaking sight that stirred something deep within him. The sound of Clara's cries, filled with a mixture of fear and vulnerability, compelled Dr. King to act. Ignoring the biting cold and the dripping rain that soaked his suit, he knelt down beside her and assessed their situation. Clara's eyes widened in surprise and relief as she met his gaze, recognizing him not just as a prominent figure but as someone who genuinely cared. In that moment, Dr. King felt an unwavering determination to help them both. His heart guided him as he reached out to wrap Clara's baby in his coat, while assuring her that everything would be all right. This moment marked a profound intersection of compassion and leadership, setting the stage for an unforgettable act of kindness amidst the stormy night. Clara Benton, a 22-year-old mother, found herself in a dire situation that rainy night. She had recently moved to Atlanta with dreams of building a better life for herself and her infant daughter. However, being a young single mother brought its own challenges, and that evening, those challenges felt especially heavy. Clara had been waiting at the bus stop for what felt like an eternity. The rain lashed down around her, soaking through her thin coat and leaving her shivering in the cold. Her heart raced as she glanced at her baby, who was wrapped tightly in a small blanket but still exposed to the chill of the storm. Clara's thoughts were filled with worry as she struggled to keep her daughter calm. The sound of rain mixed with the cries of her baby made her feel even more helpless. With each passing moment, Clara's anxiety grew. She had no idea when the next bus would arrive or if it would ever come at all. Feeling vulnerable and alone, she longed for someone to notice their plight and offer assistance. The streets were mostly deserted, and the few passers-by either rushed by or looked away, lost in their own concerns. As she cradled her daughter close to shield her from the rain, Clara felt a wave of uncertainty wash over her. Would they be stuck there all night? The fear of not being able to provide warmth and safety for her child weighed heavily on her heart. Just when despair threatened to consume her, the faint sound of a car slowed nearby. A flicker of hope ignited within her. In that moment of desperation, Clara's cries for help echoed into the stormy night, unknowingly reaching out to Dr. King and setting off a chain of kindness that would change everything for them both. As Dr. King stepped out of his car into the relentless downpour, he was immediately drenched, but the cold water was nothing compared to the warmth of his heart as he approached Clara and her baby. He could see the fear in Clara's eyes, mingled with relief at the sight of someone willing to help. Without wasting a moment, he knelt down beside her, offering a reassuring smile despite the storm. "Don't worry, you're not alone anymore," he said gently, his voice cutting through the sound of rain. Clara could hardly believe that a man she recognized from news reports and speeches had come to her aid. His presence filled her with hope. Dr. King quickly unbuttoned his coat and carefully wrapped it around the small infant to keep her warm and dry. The baby squirmed slightly but settled into the soft fabric, sensing Dr. King's kindness. "You're safe now," he whispered to the child as he tried to shield her from the rain. Clara watched in astonishment as Dr. King continued to speak soothingly to her daughter. His empathy radiated as he shifted his focus back to Clara, asking if she was all right and what she needed. He listened intently as she described their struggle, assuring her that they would get home safely together. With every word, he instilled a sense of comfort and security within Clara's heart. It was not just about getting out of the rain, it was about the human connection formed in that brief encounter. As he helped her into the car with her baby cradled in his coat, Dr. King felt an immense sense of responsibility for their well-being. Driving away from the bus stop, he reflected on how important it was to offer help whenever possible. That rainy night would live on in their memories, showcasing not just his prominent role as a leader but also his unwavering compassion as a fellow human being. As they pulled away from the bus stop, the sound of rain pounding against the car roof created a rhythmic backdrop to their journey. Dr. King glanced at Clara in the passenger seat, who was still trying to process the unexpected kindness she had just received. Her baby, now snug in his coat, cooed softly, breaking the tension in the air. "I can't believe you stopped to help us," Clara said, her voice barely rising above the storm. "It's like a dream." Dr. King smiled warmly, saying, "It's just what anyone would do in your situation. We all need each other, especially on nights like this." His words resonated deeply with Clara, reminding her that even amidst hardship, there were still good people willing to lend a hand. The car swayed slightly as Dr. King navigated through puddles and around slick turns. He focused on the road ahead but kept engaging Clara in conversation. "How old is your little one?" he asked, glancing briefly at the sleeping baby wrapped in his coat. "She's 3 months old," Clara replied, pride evident in her voice. "Her name is Samara." "That's a beautiful name," he responded. "You're doing a fantastic job as a mother." Clara felt a warmth spread through her heart at his kind words. "Thank you. It hasn't been easy. I moved here for work and, well, things didn't go as planned." Dr. King nodded knowingly, recognizing the unspoken struggles of young parents trying to make their way in the world. "Life can throw unexpected challenges our way," he said gently. "But it's crucial to stay strong and hopeful." The conversation unfolded like a small oasis amid the pouring rain, and Clara found herself opening up to him more about her dreams and fears. Dr. King listened intently, offering words of encouragement as they drove towards safety. As they approached her destination, a modest apartment complex, Clara felt grateful not only for a ride home but also for the connection they had forged during that journey through the storm. The night had transformed her sense of despair into hope, all thanks to a moment of compassion that would echo long after the rain had stopped. The encounter between Dr. King, Clara, and her baby encapsulated the profound impact of small acts of kindness, serving as a powerful reminder of our shared humanity. In a world often marked by division and struggle, this simple incident highlighted how compassion can bridge gaps and create connections that transcend societal barriers. Dr. King's decision to pull over on that rainy night was not just a momentary choice. It was a reflection of his lifelong commitment to helping others. The civil rights movement was built on the foundation of empathy and understanding, urging individuals to recognize the struggles of their neighbors. Each small act of kindness, whether it's offering a ride, sharing a meal, or lending a listening ear, contributes to the larger tapestry of humanity and fosters an environment where people feel valued and supported. In many ways, moments like these are just as crucial to social change as the grand speeches and organized marches. They serve as daily reminders that everyone has the power to make a difference, no matter how small the action may seem. By choosing to help Clara and her daughter, Dr. King demonstrated that real leadership is rooted in compassion and that every individual can be an agent of change in their own community. This night would be remembered not only for Dr. King's soaked suit but also for the warmth of his heart in that cold rain. It symbolized how humanity can shine through even the darkest circumstances. As people reflect on the civil rights movement, they should remember that true progress often begins with simple gestures of goodwill, each one rippling outward to inspire others to do the same. Ultimately, Dr. King's compassion illuminated a vital truth: when we extend kindness to those in need, we contribute to a more just and caring society, laying the groundwork for lasting change and understanding among all people. The moment Dr. King wrapped Clara's baby in his coat and assured her that everything would be all right was captured in a photograph that would go on to become iconic. In the image, he stands drenched from head to toe, his suit soaked and clinging to him as water drips from his hair and shoulders. Yet, it is his expression that truly captures the essence of the moment, a blend of determination and compassion that speaks volumes about his character. This photograph radiates selflessness and humanity, serving as a snapshot of a leader who prioritized the well-being of others over his own comfort. It depicts not just a man in a storm, but a powerful symbol of hope and empathy, illustrating the lengths to which he would go for those in need. The contrast between the harshness of the weather and the warmth of his actions encapsulates a profound truth: that true leadership shines brightest during moments of adversity. The significance of this image extends beyond that rainy night. It embodies the spirit of the civil rights movement itself. Dr. King's willingness to step into discomfort for the sake of another person's safety reflects the movement's core values: unity, compassion, and unwavering support for marginalized communities. This photograph became a powerful visual representation of his belief in justice and kindness, inspiring countless others to follow suit. In homes, schools, and community centers across the nation, this image would inspire conversations about what it meant to care for one another, fostering a collective commitment to empathy in everyday lives. As viewers look at Dr. King in his silk suit, they are reminded that acts of kindness, no matter how small, can create ripples that lead to significant change. Ultimately, this iconic photograph reminds us all that every gesture of compassion contributes to a more humane world and encourages us to be heroes in our own communities, just as Dr. King was on that fateful night. Dr. King's act of kindness on that rainy night did not just create a moment of relief for Clara Benton, it left an enduring legacy that would resonate far beyond their encounter. This simple yet profound act exemplified the very essence of what Dr. King stood for: compassion, empathy, and the belief in the dignity of all individuals. It reminded people that small gestures could have a significant impact, inspiring others to step up and help those in need. As news of this incident spread and the iconic photograph was shared, it served as a powerful symbol of selflessness that became part of King's larger narrative as a civil rights leader. He was not only fighting for justice through powerful speeches and protests, but also embodying these principles in everyday life. The image reminded people that leadership is not just about the grand gestures. It's also about the quiet moments of service and humanity. In the years following this event, many individuals were inspired by Dr. King's example. They began to engage in similar acts of kindness within their own communities, understanding that they too could be agents of change. Schools organized service projects, neighborhoods established support networks for families in need, and countless people found ways to show compassion to one another, each inspired by Dr. King's legacy of kindness. Additionally, King's actions prompted discussions about the importance of being present for others during difficult times. His willingness to help Clara and her daughter illustrated a vital lesson: that we can all make a difference through our actions, no matter how small they may seem. Ultimately, Dr. King's legacy is not solely defined by his monumental contributions to civil rights, but also by his ability to inspire humanity in others. His compassion continues to serve as a guiding light, reminding us that every act of kindness contributes to building a more just and caring society, encouraging future generations to carry on his message of love and service. In reflecting on the significant encounter between Dr. King, Clara Benton, and her baby, we are reminded of the profound themes of compassion and social responsibility that resonate throughout this story. Dr. King's willingness to help a stranger in need during a difficult time serves as an inspiring example of how small acts of kindness can create meaningful change in the world. Compassion is not merely a feeling but an action that can bridge divides and foster connections among individuals. It teaches us that even in moments of chaos and despair, there is an opportunity to extend a hand and offer support to others. Dr. King's decision to stop for Clara exemplifies how one person's kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to engage in acts of service within their own communities. As readers, we are encouraged to reflect on our own lives and consider how we can embody these values of empathy and kindness. Think about the daily opportunities to make a difference, whether it's helping a neighbor, volunteering at a local shelter, or simply offering a listening ear to someone who is struggling. Each action, no matter how small, contributes to building a more compassionate society. Furthermore, we should remember that social responsibility extends beyond individual acts. It involves actively working toward creating environments where everyone feels valued and supported. By modeling the compassion shown by Dr. King, we can collectively create communities that prioritize kindness and understanding. As we go about our days, let us carry forward the legacy of compassion exemplified by Dr. King on that rainy night. Let us strive to be heroes in our own right, reminding ourselves that through each act of kindness, we contribute to a brighter future for all. In doing so, we honor not only his memory but also the essential humanity that connects us all.